I'm a visual artist, and I got started ever since I was a little kid, and my parents thought it was a good idea to put a crayon in my hand, and I just went crazy with it. And I had a grandpa who was really into art, and it was, I don't know, it's just really inspiring. And I don't know, I feel like I see things in pictures almost. So when I live my life and I see pictures and art, I have to like draw them, and I don't know. So I've been drawing for as long as I could remember, pretty much. Right now I have, so like I said, I go through phases. I have like a bunch of mostly portraits because those are my favorite things to do. I like to mess around with like different ways of doing portraits, like different ways of like doing the shadows, whether it be with markers or like I recently started working in like duct tape and trying to work with like different mediums and things like that. So I have a lot of, I like working with like textures and patterns and things. Like that's my big thing, is I love displaying really interesting patterns and textures, but in things you see every day, like portraits. So a lot of the stuff I have is just portraits that have been spruced up with textures and just, I don't know. I'm still in awe because this is my first showing. Like I'm like a little noob at this. Like this is my first real showing. Like I have friends, and I've been showing my work to my friends, and I have a deviant art that I've had for like 4 years. And so like I've been trying to get it around, and I go and I try to find odd jobs like doing like skateboard design or doing little designs for people. I have friends in bands who I've done like logos and flyers for and things like that. So like just the opportunity to display my art, and you know, I'm sitting out there and seeing people walk up to my art and look at it and talk about it. It's like it's really cool. I'm so honored right now that I'm here. Like I never thought I would be like at a showing and have my art like up there, you know. I like never thought I would be here, so I'm really ecstatic right now about it. I don't know, I have a really, really overactive imagination. Ever since I was a little kid, like I'd always wake up in the middle of the night with crazy dreams and nightmares and things like that, and it's just kind of carried over. So like whenever I see things, my imagination will just look at it and kind of like let it grow. I don't know, like the best example I can think is like, say when I was driving to LA one time, and I saw just like the highway in front of me with all the mountains, and I was driving out of Carmel Mountain in San Diego, one of the cities, and I was like, oh, it's called Carmel Mountain because the mountains look like mountains with caramel on it. And I was like looking at the mountains, and I was like trying to picture it, and my mind just kind of goes crazy with it and sees like, oh, so that's how they saw it. And I kind of like I pick up a lot of textures, like anything that I see that's like an interesting like texture or pattern, like I remember it, like whether it be like an animal print or just even like, I don't know, even like the wood grain right there. Just like I soak up like everything that's around me. I'm a very observant person, so it's really dependent on that. Like I kind of moved to duct tape because I thought that was just like a texture that no one had really messed around with too much, but I thought duct tape is really cool because it makes just such a simple picture so that much more interesting. Like when people get me started on my art, like I can go and talk about my art, like just, I don't know, it's just really, I don't know, being able to be here and have my art here and have people look at it and have my friends and family here is just so, it's just really awesome, because half of these pictures just came from like me sitting with my sketchbooks and like having a bad day and being pissed off and just being like, whatever, just like, I'm just gonna sit and finish this drawing, and then when I finish the drawing, like my bad day's gone and I'm just like, oh, I made a beautiful picture, you know, and I captured exactly what I wanted to capture. And I don't know, like the feeling of finishing a drawing and having it look like nothing you've ever seen, but at the same time it being really like beautiful, or you appreciate it, you know, and you don't have frustration that it didn't come out exactly the way, like to me, like that's just completely worth it. And just being able to be here and show all that is, I don't know, I'm just really proud of myself, I guess. Well, my name is Lindsey O'Keefe and I'm a raw artist. You can check out my art on Facebook at facebook.com/BannonYoung, or DeviantArt, which is bannonyoung.deviantart.com.